You want to hear my impersonation of T-Pain?
Okay, your impression?
Well, you know that song, Ooh, I Can't Believe It? You know that one?
Of course, the T-Pain hit, the classic.
Put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. Like I said, girl, ain't nothing to the pain. We could change the last name. What's happening?
Continuing
Tonight on Two Cees in a Pod. 96.7 on your
Two Cees in a pod, 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 two Cees because we're two Cees in a pod, just like two Cees in a pod, two Cees in a pod at gmail.com. So usually when people say
we might get sued for that.
Usually when people say impression, it's like it'd be like, this is my impression of T-Pain doing X, Y, and Z. Not just
T-Pain singing.
No. So your impression was really just you singing the song.
I mean, call it what you want.
I'm gonna call it Two Cees in a Pod.
Oh, I forgot we're recording. That's right, folks.
This is Cam. That's true. So we've switched sides on the table that we're sitting on. Usually, Cam is staring on that bright red fluorescent on air sign. Now it's kind of flipped around, so Cam doesn't see it. But we've been on air this whole time.
We had an intern having to come yell at me saying, "Stop it!"
He was
stop it with the impressions.
Frantically waving his arms in the corner of the room, of course, just over my shoulder. I couldn't see him. Over here at the ever expanding Two Cees in a Pod studio. My name is Cameron Osborne. I'm one of the co-hosts of this show, and the other one. Well, he's been talking this whole time. His name's Cam LeClaire.
That's me, and we just finished watching a big Raptors victory. Yeah, that was so sad thing about that game. I was watching the third quarter, catching the game, phone rings, and then I pick it up. It's a surgeon calling me.
So
I'm like,
in the middle of surgery.
The middle of surgery, he calls me, says, "Cam, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I'm drunk," right? I'm like, "I feel you, dude," and I kind of walk him through it. No, so he calls me basically because I was trying to get a hold of him. These guys don't call you often, so I have to drop everything I'm doing. And try and go into my game face of selling. Shit the bed. Just took a big old dump out of diarrhea out of my mouth. I sounded terrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, kill me. But then then I came back and the Raps were up, and then they won. And then I was like, okay, there's something to live for.
So, but you missed all the fun in the middle there.
Oh, I missed a lot of things.
They were
Cam.
down, and
I
you
missed
came
an
back.
opportunity. I missed fun. What's the point of life?
But also, this is way too late for a business call. Surgeons calling
4:00.
That's way too late. Calls happen between Cam. You know this. Calls happen between
10 and 11. I think it's like
11.
That's it. Between those two times.
You arrive at the office somewhere shortly after 9.
Then 9 to 10 is coffee break, and then shoot it with the schmoes.
How does your kind of like shit break work at the office? Is that a thing?
You kind of just take it when you need to poop. Like, just don't take it during a meeting, but other than that, like, for free range.
So it's not like a classroom where you have to ask permission to leave your desk.
Yeah, imagine you have to ask your manager, like, excuse me, Jeff, could I take a poop? And they're like, nope, you haven't worked hard enough today.
Exactly.
And you're like,
I mean, if people are...
Do you really have to go? May I? Do you mean may I? You can. I'm sure you can. May you go take a poop?
May
and
you?
You're like, I hate working here.
I'm just saying, if smokers are allowed to take multiple breaks a day, why can't a frequent BMer be allowed the same luxury? That's all I want.
I think now the thing with working from home is everyone takes walks.
Oh, is that
that's the way to do it.
Oh, people are and then what? Kind of like just kind of
well,
shit,
no one's at an
just
office anymore.
Just kind of
Offices are
shitting
dead.
in the woods. Oh, I guess that's a good point.
God is dead. Offices are dead. Two things that I know.
Interesting.
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Okay, so you're saying now people are shitting.
He said two things in the Bible: offices are dead, and God is dead.
People are shitting in their home offices. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's why we have a bidet. This episode is sponsored by the bidet company. Once they start paying us, you know who it is.
Bidet. I didn't know bidet was branded like a Kleenex.
No, they're not.
Thing.
Is it a brand? They know who they are.
Oh,
Big one advertises on podcasts. We're just waiting for those checks to clear.
All right. I mean, I'm sure there's only a handful of bidet companies around the world.
Yeah, exactly. So
it has to be one of them.
Basically free advertising right now. But yeah, now you can take walks, which is pretty cool. You just go outside. You're like, I'm going to go for a walk. And then after 6 months, you're like, I don't live in a good walking area. So you end up walking the same 2 paths. And you're like, oh, that's the crazy guy who lives over there. Oh, that's the guy who sits outside and smokes cigarettes all day.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this neighborhood cat. And you're like, that's life, I guess.
Fuck cats. I know what you're saying there.
Yeah, I'm not a big cat guy.
No. Well, you're a man guy. You're not a cat guy. You don't have whiskers. You don't have claws. You don't make me sneeze when I'm around you.
Oh, you're allergic too?
Yeah. Oh, are you one of us?
I'm one of them.
Oh, we've just learned. This is exclusive. We just learned this about ourselves, I think.
We should probably change the podcast title to Two Guys Who Are Allergic to Cats.
To two.
And it's nothing to do with that, but just like these are the facts.
Oh yeah, we never mention the cat thing at all.
No.
I've gone in and out of the cat allergy at various points in my life. I think the earliest I can remember I was allergic. And then I wasn't allergic probably when I was like 12-ish. And then I went back somewhere in my early 20s. And now I don't know.
Is it the same cat?
No, it's any cats. It's like
okay, because that might be the thing. It might be different cats hit you differently.
Oh, different breeds of cat hit me differently.
Maybe. I don't know. I find that like some cats, I walk into the house and like, there's a cat here. I can tell, and they're like, "Are you spooky sensitive?" And I'm like, "No,
yeah.
I have allergies."
Yeah, if like the last homeowner had a cat. I can smell it right. I can, just kind of like that puff
Something
up.
I can smell it. It's just my eyes just get like
a little watery.
Feel like they're closing.
Yeah. Suddenly,
do you ever get the ear itch?
Suddenly, you can't breathe in through your nose, your sinuses.
They start sneezing, and you just sound like the apocalypse is happening.
You've
heard my sneezes
in
before.
your nose.
Yeah, they're bad. That's for the reason that cats are bad. But I have a fun cat fact if you stay towards the end of the episode.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully you can stay towards the end of the episode.
That's what we call a teaser that's the business, right? A cliffhanger.
Yeah. That's yeah. We'll come back to it, or what's the opposite of a callback?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're staring over at the producers in the no, because we told them what it was. It wasn't like a foreshadow of
Okay,
they may talk about cats. You told the audience, hey, we'll be talking about cats later.
Yeah, but we'll say this. We'll say this. Thanks for listening to this hour. Coming up after news, weather, and traffic, we're gonna get to why are cats' whiskers on their face. Tune in to find out. That's something. There's a word for that.
I like that. I like that because, of course, on this live radio show, we can just sort of we can cut ourselves to little promotions for later on in the evening. Yeah, we can just go to. If you stick around on this week on Two Cees in a Pod, you'll catch Headline or Asinine.
If you stick around on this week's episode of the pod, you're going to find out the Urban Dictionary word of the day. Maybe I'll say it now. Just to give them a little teaser.
Hey, do you want to hear Cameron plug the email? It's probably going to be twoceesinapod@gmail.com. Stick around.
Stick around, but we'll say it again.
This is great. Cam, I think this has brought on a whole new way for us to run the show. Keep letting the fans know what they're going to be hearing.
Maybe we just get people excited.
Yes.
And then never deliver.
Yeah, it's that way they're always gonna be listening for it, and maybe they'll think to themselves like, "Oh, did Cameron just promote an interview with Brad Pitt? I'm going to have to keep listening." And then the episode may end to themselves. They say to themselves, "Shit, he must have meant like on next week's episode." The
He
interview
must
with
be.
Brad
I'll
Pitt.
listen next week. It's like a gambling addiction.
And
right?
that's what it
You're
is.
Like waiting for that big hit.
You're
Waiting for that big
always
hit.
waiting for that exclusive 2 Season
Is
pod
that
interview with Brad Pitt.
T-Pain on the phone? I think I'll put it on hold. Tune in, folks, because I'll probably talk to him after.
Next week on 2 Season a Pod, will we take T-Pain off of hold? I don't know.
Never.
You're gonna have to come back and find out. Cam,
I did a plug. I did a plug like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, that said that I was going to do something free on Kijiji, and they're still waiting on it. And I'm not. Maybe next week.
We haven't even brushed on it. Talk about not foreshadowing. We haven't even brought it up.
By the way, folks, there's big news coming in the next few weeks. When I mean big
news,
like had to maybe rearrange some big portions of my life. Possibly, I can't even get into it. You got to tune in for next week and the week after, because I'm going to give little tidbits.
Big. As we go. Of course, next week we do have Cam's big pre-announcement as to the life-changing experience.
You're going to have Coldplay doing Rihanna impressions. It's going to be crazy.
Yes, Chris Martin live in studio. Chris Martin's Rihanna.
Doing covers of Rihanna.
Yes.
We don't want his music.
Like, we're talking Pond to Replay. We're talking the feature,
Keys to Ignition.
the Eminem feature.
Just everywhere.
Just all those classic Rihanna songs.
All the hits.
Covered by
I
Chris
can't get
Martin.
No Satisfaction.
And not one of these.
Goodbye Ruby Tuesday.
Not one of these trying to interpret the covers. No, this is a direct, kind of like note for note, cut for cut type of cover.
Yeah, it's tune in next week, folks. You're gonna be blown away by the guests that we have, and if we can't make it next week, we'll make it the next week after, and we'll keep telling you that to keep you excited. Two Season a Pod, the only podcast that always, we're like strippers, you know. We'll just keep giving you the tease, but never give you the action unless you really pay for our Patreon. And our Patreon is hella expensive.
Of course.
But maybe
we set the Guinness contacted the show over at 2ceesinapod@gmail.com, claiming that we had the highest cost for a Patreon. Coming in, of course, you can subscribe to the Patreon. We are, accepting the payment level of...
It's a private link. You have to pay us for the link.
You have to, after a slight payment
Send
for the
that
link, of course, you can sign up to be a Patreon for we set the record for, it was just a hair under 500,000.
So, well, that is the one of the costs. Of course, you have to subscribe to our OnlyFans, which we release one letter of the URL on a weekly basis, and you better stay tuned. And they're not in order either. They're just letters.
You're gonna have to, of course.
You piece it together. It's not a word.
Yep, you can probably throw the first 3 W's kind of right at the beginning there. I mean, that's an easy one. You could probably, kind of like onlyfans.com/ and then the rest of it.
26 letters.
Is the next combination is up to you.
42 numbers.
Stay
tuned, folks.
Is there really something that we can do to make that easier for these people? But either way, we can sign up for the Patreon, the exclusive OnlyFans. What else is there? What else can we? It's Kickstarter. Are people still Kickstarting?
Yeah, that's a good one. How else can we? Because we're incorporated, maybe we can do like our seed funding. Maybe we can go public.
Oh, okay.
How much is a share worth? We need to get a valuator in here.
Right, like a little Wolf of Wall Street thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's buy. You know, get the people hyped up.
Buying
shell corporations.
Buying the 2 Season a Pod penny stocks. Is that what it was?
Man, if we showed the accountants the offshore accounts, they would not be happy.
Well, they would be happy because they would get, we would promise them a percentage of that. It's small, maybe, 1 or 2%, but even that is enough to amaze them.
Do you know how offshore accounts work?
No, I don't know how onshore accounts work, Cam.
It's like a bank account. Offshore accounts are just corporations you set up in places where they're like tax havens, and then you're like, I don't work. This company works for me, and they bill me, and then it's just like it's a big old scam. But not that we're running. We have a legitimate offshore company who does our service.
Exactly, Cam.
Service.
Where are they again? Which part of the world are they?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
It's you don't worry about that. There's no flights going there. Put it that way.
Yeah. There's a lot of space in that Atlantic Ocean. That's all. That's all we can say.
Or Pacific.
Or
Arctic.
The Atlantic. I said that one already. Don't know my geography, Cam. Let's keep moving
Indian
on.
Ocean's another one. Yeah, let's keep plowing.
I think we'll keep moving on here in the show. We will get back to our geography corner, where we like to look
coming up after some things.
You're gonna want to stay tuned for this brand new segment, Geography Corner. What we do, we go off to a certain corner of the world and just explore everything that it is. But before we get to that, Cam, you have something for us.
I do have something for us. Cam, I want you to give me your best guess for what is a sorority squat.
I love the enthusiasm, Cam. I just wish the listeners at home knew what the hell was happening.
Oh, well, that's exactly what's happening. I give you the Urban Dictionary word of the day. The top definition of sorority squat. Go. Or your just best guess.
The sorority squat. I'm going to say the sorority...
So let's break it down. Okay? Who's in a sorority?
Well, no boys allowed. I know that. So I guess
allowed,
everyone
so
who's
girls.
doesn't identify as a boy. Oh, how's that whole thing work? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
we're getting into a topic.
I know. God, good thing we left university when we did, Cam. I'm gonna say a sorority squat is just like when a girl pees outside at a party.
But
No
cigar.
How's that close?
So, because it's a squatting movement by a sorority girl. So, I mean, we're close.
I feel like it's going to be gross.
A sorority squat is... No, it's actually not that gross. You know when white girls are taking pictures and they, like, squat a little bit so they're kind of leaning on their calves, but there's no one behind them, so there's no reason for them to squat down?
Can you stand up? I need full visual.
All right. So, we're here, and then our chests are still facing the camera, and then our knees bend a little bit, and we smile like this.
Okay. So wait, stay there, Cam. Just so I can describe. Stay back in that pose for the listeners at home, just so I can describe. So Cam's kind of like feet shoulder width apart, bent at a nice, maybe like 35 degree. It's like a little bend in there too. But now he's his shoulders are facing towards the camera. With a little bit of the bend at the hip, that kind of get that nice hip hinge in there. You're not actually arching the back. You're keeping the back pretty straight. Yes. So it's pretty good squat form, I gotta say.
Thank you. My legs are on fire, so I wish I could go a little bit deeper. I've cycled like 60 plus kilometers in the last 2 days, so a little bit burnt out.
Nice brag. So the sorority girls stand like this, and then what?
Okay, so the full definition is typically performed by sorority sisters immediately prior to a picture where one or more participants slightly bend their knee and lean on their calves with their arms. Oh, I forgot that part of it. Lean on their calf with their arms regardless of whether people are standing behind them or not. Possibly used to accentuate their gluteus maximus. But although scientists have still yet to find the origin or purpose of this tribal ritual, much discussion has been devoted to its research. So,
Okay, Cam. So
I'll
I
give
need
you
I
one
need a,
more
I need a
visual.
repose. Yeah. So picture that kind of like squatting pose that Cam had before, the nice hip hinge, and then your hands are just on top of the knees. Is that where they are?
Yeah.
Just on top of the
If you
knees.
could pop out that butt a little bit.
Yeah. Not many can.
And that, my friends, is a definition of a sorority squat. Some good examples of it. Seriously, Becky is always bent over in all her pictures. You'd think she has scoliosis or something.
What?
I guess all those sorority squat pictures add up.
That's not a definition. That's just a put down. Jesus.
Oh boy, I did not expect to read that line. Oh, good stuff. So yeah, let's just at home learn something today. If you see a lady with sorority squat, she might have scoliosis, but you never know. Check with your doctor.
Cam, as we work towards this game, maybe we should add some kind of use it in a sentence type of element, like it's a spelling bee
Oh,
type of thing.
Okay, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
So does that mean? So I'll say the word. I'll be like, "What's sorority squat?" And you're like, use it in a sentence. And I'll be like, "Seriously, Becky always bent over on a picture. You think she has scoliosis or something? I guess all those sorority squat pictures add up." And they'd be like, interesting.
Exactly. It could lead you towards the no. Well, if we could say it's a verb or a noun or an adjective.
Yeah, I like that. I think okay. So let's try it. I think we did it last week. Like, what's wetter than an otter's pocket?
I think, didn't we do that one?
We did. So that was an example.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was.
Let's not get into that one. That was a little bit gross.
That was gross.
Oh boy, there's a lot. Okay, here we go. Yak shaving.
Yak shaving. Y-A-K. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that one would be.
That's one. Okay, that's one actually doesn't have a sentence associated with it.
No. I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying we do it right now. I'm saying as the game evolves, you sort of prepare with a few things. I'm gonna say yak shaving is, just shaving a hairy man's back.
It's actually a pretty technical term, which I'm really surprised by. It's any seemingly pointless activity which is actually necessary to solve a problem, which solves a problem which several layers of recursions later solves the real problem you're working on. That's interesting. I wouldn't have got that. I guess an example of that is what seems unnecessary is me fiddling with a little what do you call this thing? Screwdriver, but then I realized that I take off the top of the screwdriver, which then allows me to have a rod, which then I fiddle with that and open up the door handle, which allows me to get something else. I don't know. I'm just riffing here, as we say in the biz.
That's what they say in the business, Cam, because you are locked in the room right now.
Yeah,
the only way of getting in and out is using this tiny screwdriver. I mean, it makes sense that you're always thinking about it. You're always fiddling it. I mean,
I'm
really,
just a fiddler. I'm a fiddler.
You're a diddler?
A fiddler.
Oh, okay. On a roof?
Not on a roof. Normally in a chair.
Oh, fiddler on a chair.
Standing still.
I don't remember that. I do not remember that musical. How's that one go? How's the story of that one go?
Oh, put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. Girl, ain't nothing to the pain. Do what you're saying, what you're asking for. I remember that one.
I do not. I do not remember that one.
Oh, are you even educated at all?
I know these. Is that another? Was that our second appearance from T-Pain?
That was the second one, yeah, and he is still on hold.
Still on
Yeah,
hold.
Payne, give me a sec. Yeah, you still there? Yeah, give me a sec. Busy. I'm busy.
It's fun. It's funny. It's funny.
People,
Here,
fucking people.
we have more important things to do than to respond to T-Pain.
Yeah, I would say so. We have a top #1 worldwide podcast that we record. So
Yeah, of course.
This American Life's got nothing on us.
No.
Barstool Sports, they always asking to pick us up, and we're like, hey, what's the owner of Barstool Sports name again? It's Dave Portnoy.
Yes, that sounds right.
Eat my dick.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's,
and he almost did that one time. He went to the pizza place. Remember he came out. He wanted the pizza with like the extra sausage or something like that. It got a little hairy there for a second.
And then I said, I'm good. He said, I gave you everything. It's a long story.
It was a
I
long.
gave you everything. Why? True fans will know.
Yeah, old slobs will not know. I don't think any slobs would know what you're talking about, Cam. Cam, you gotta stop the inside jokes, because again, we call
it inside baseball,
because we are this is a podcast for the people, the people who want to listen to some new things.
This is not a podcast for the people. This is for like two people. Just us.
It's the numbers recently have been off the chains. A couple YouTube comments, which has been a lot of fun.
Got to check those out.
Are
they any worth reading live?
Nothing I would say on air personally.
Oh Lord.
But I think it's I think we got some fun comments on I think it was episode 27.
Episode 27.
Which was was a little bit a while ago. I think the producers are pulling up pulling up the footage
episode
right now, I think. No, it's the Ben Roethlisberger episode. Oh, it doesn't matter, Cam. It doesn't matter, Cam.
Fair enough.
Fans don't want to listen to you looking on the screens, because Cam, we've talked about this before. I can see you across the way looking, fidgeting, clicking around.
No clicking. All right, hands are up.
And every time I catch you, it's just like hands against the wall.
Every time I see you, catch my breath away. Put that in a bottle and smoke it.
That is right, Cam. That is right.
A few things I know is how to mix up sayings.
Yeah. What else? What else you got? What's he got for us?
One time in a corporate station, I said, "There's no point in kicking a dead horse."
Yeah? No, what happened?
And people agreed with me, and then they realized that's not a real saying, because that's two sayings. Maybe I said don't chase a dead horse. Whatever the one doesn't make sense, I said that one. I think it was don't go chasing dead horses.
Don't go chasing dead waterfalls.
Yeah, don't go chasing dead waterfalls. Stick to them dicks and balls that you're used to.
It would be fun to make up a new catchphrase. Maybe that's...
I try. I try all the time.
You had a good one the other day, of course. Don't shoot me in the head and call me Susan, or something like that.
shoot me in the head and call me Susan.
Yeah,
that's what you say after you get off a bad phone call.
Yeah, just shoot me in the head and call me Susan. That was a good one. I thought about bringing that over to my life and just making it apply. I guess if you just sort of say a catchphrase, you just gotta own it enough that for people to go with it.
Yeah, people will look at you and they're like, "Did you just say shoot me in the head and call me Susan?" You're like, "You've never heard that before?" And they're like, "No," and you'd be like, "It's I guess it's like a Milwaukee thing." It's like, you're not from Milwaukee. You're like, I got friends there.
Yeah, I think if you can say it with the confidence, then they don't even question you at all. Yeah. Just like, damn, that's clearly a saying because he said that so confidently. You never ask somebody if that's a saying.
Sometimes I get called out on it.
Well, yeah, because Cam, sometimes you're wrong. So I think you.
Oh, but that's the thing. I guess they kind of pick up that like you're close, but you're trying something else.
I think you got to drop it with the confidence. Next time,
I do. I drop it with extreme confidence, and people nod their heads until one person goes, "That's not a saying. He tried." Like, hey, listen, when you can't get your way, don't go chasing after a dead horse.
And
they're
also,
like, yeah, don't
who
go
are
chasing
they?
after a dead horse.
Who are they to?
This was in a presentation to like 60 people that I did,
And
everyone was shaking their heads.
This is how sayings are born. Someone has to say it.
Don't go chasing a dead horse.
This guy is some kind of like catchphrase elitist who believes that there should be no more kitschy little phrases made. Like who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, like I've had this argument for years that play it by ear makes a lot more sense than play it by ear.
Way more sense. I was pretty old when I found out that it was not year. Like
yeah, you're like, why would I play it by ear? It's like, because that's how you play instruments. I'm like, but we're clearly not making music.
We're not making music, baby. We're talking time. Never have I used
We're
the
talking money,
expression.
dineros.
Never have I used the expression "play it by ear," or to actually refer to playing music by ear. Oh, the amount that I'm using it to describe a period of time, it just completely outweighs the other.
Yeah, no one's ever asking like, "Hey, what time can you make it there?" You're like, I don't know, sometime after 6. Like, we'll play it by ear. It's like, no, we're going out for dinner. You dumbass.
Well, what did you think we're talking about?
Yeah, it's like, I thought we were going out for dinner. It's like, then what are we playing by ear? Tell me that.
There's
you bring your
nothing
fucking
to play
violin,
by ear.
piece of shit.
Who's in charge of that one? Can we
Cancel them.
Who? Yeah. Speaking of canceling, this is what, week 4 in a row. Delia's just canceled all the shows that he had lined up.
Yeah, why does he keep
over
canceling
here at
on
Two Cees in
us?
a Pod?
He must think we're canceled.
He's canceled on us like 6 or 7 times now. Of course, we had the we did initially pick up the Dalia Netflix prank show after Netflix scrapped it for some reason. We picked it up. And but he's canceled working on that. He's canceled a few of our calls. Should I start to get worried about Dalia?
No, I assume he'll come around. I mean, he's probably busy with world tours or something like that.
Yeah, it's a good point.
He'll make time for us.
It's a good point. He's doing all this.
There would have to be something pretty crazy for him to not get back to us.
Like, just get back to us once.
I mean, crazy.
Just one time. Yeah, I'm not saying you have to respond to every single one of our calls. Just like one, like, hey, sorry. I was doing some stand up in Texas because they allow, their stand up, and everyone's moving to Texas.
Maybe that's part of the big news. You'll find out. Are we moving to Texas? Stay tuned.
Will Two Cees in a Pod find itself down south? Come back next week and the week after for part 1 and part 2 of the full story.
Oh, the stomach's getting a little bit pingy.
Cam, I can see it in your face. Maybe
I didn't even eat anything bad. I don't even know what it was.
Oh.
I had a smoothie today because I'm trying to eat
sounds-
more because Cam tells me I'm too skinny.
That sounds nice.
It was good, but I had a banana with peanut butter and blueberries and protein powder and almond milk, and then after that, just felt like
because
call me
all
in
of
the
those
head and
ingredients
shoot me in the head, call me
shoot me
Susan.
in the head and call you Susan. All those ingredients sound like the things that are supposed to help your stomach from hurting instead of causing your stomach to hurt.
I know, and that's why I'm a little bit perplexed.
I think you're like allergic to food or something. Is that a thing? Is that happen?
Maybe I should get off food.
Maybe solid food, move over to a liquid diet.
I tried that. The liquid didn't go so well.
Just shot right through you.
It's not sure. It's just sticking in me. That's the problem. It hurts.
Interesting.
Yeah, but fuck it. I'm not going to a doctor. It's Corona time, baby. We don't go to the doctors in this time. We let other people go there. We solve our own problems.
No doctors.
Don't tread on us.
No dentists. I haven't been to a dentist. 6.5 years.
Dentists are.
I was
thieves.
getting my
I'm
warm
calling
up. They're canceled.
warm up.
Are they getting canceled?
Dentists are canceled.
Shit.
Dentists have
What did they do?
too many accusations of just doing shady stuff.
Shady
you know what I'm
stuff.
talking about, dentists.
Yeah. Oh, we're calling them out here. My dad almost like died from a shitty like a shitty dentist who was
Really?
taking out his wisdom teeth. Yeah. It was this
Fuck that up.
I mean, I don't know enough about dentistry to know the specifics about what happened. But yeah, taking his wisdom teeth out and just like nicked a vein or something in there. And my dad started bleeding out so much that they needed to send him to the hospital and get blood put back into him.
Maybe because doctors, like dentists, aren't real doctors. Yeah, I fucking said it. What happened is as soon as he nicked a vein, it's kind of like when that 2-year-old pushes over his 5-year-old pushes over his 3-year-old brother and he starts bleeding, and instead of like doing it, he's like, oh my god, and then just runs away. And I imagine that's what a dentist does too. They're like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, you're not a doctor.
Oh my
you
God.
can't do anything. You can give them some
They're like,
laughing
I'm good
gas.
with teeth. The red stuff, not so good. Don't like it.
The rest, well, of course, because you have a dentist, they do teeth. The ophthalmologist does your ears. The optometrist does your eyes. Then you have
Your ear, nose, and throat is ENT.
They're splitting up parts of the face, and I guess that was how they, the eyes, the teeth,
Quadrants.
and the ears are important enough, and then we can just kind of lump
and
in.
then neurosurgeons.
Yeah, nose and throat.
Look,
Doctors.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's what happened. He's alive now though, so that's okay.
well,
At least as of this
glad to hear it. Anyway,
least-
doctors are canceled. Tell your friends.
all doctors? Shit.
No, just dentists.
Oh, thank God. Well, they're not doctors in the first place.
Good point. Yeah, fair enough. You heard it here, folks. They are they're canceled. Shut down. Hasta la vista, baby, as Arnold would say. Take him down to the old lake and give him the old lassie.
Take him out back. Give him the old lassie. Well, Cam, it's been a great show. How about we play our final game of the day? What do you think?
Final.
Final?
Okay, sure.
Oh no, I have a game to play in the middle there. Hey, check out this guy looking at the whiteboard like we said we were going to start doing last week.
Get that intern out of
Unfortunately,
here.
we didn't erase any of the stuff that we wrote down last week, so a lot of it's just kind of written over top of in a new
I do
color.
that all the time.
So we're gonna play a new game.
Yeah.
here.
I sometimes use permanent marker just to piss off the interns on the
Yeah,
whiteboard.
no, that was a problem. This is actually our 7th iteration of the whiteboard. Cam, you keep writing on it very hatefully in permanent ink.
I think it's hilarious.
You know, you kind of like you hold it. You hold the like you're holding a knife and you're sort of carving in.
Who holds a knife like a fist if you're stabbing someone?
Well, of course, if you're stabbing someone, of course that's what I meant.
Most
That's why I
knives are
said
not used for
hatefully.
stabbing people.
Well, any knife can be used for stabbing. Just because it's not
I
used for
guess.
stabbing doesn't mean it's not ready to be used to stab a bitch.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail.
When all you, that was another good one. You were 2 for 2 this weekend, bud.
Killing it.
When all you,
Killing the game. You heard it here, folks. I am the wordsmith himself. Pray
Yeah.
down. Pray up to me. Ask me all your questions about language. You know that Grammarly.com app or Grammarly app?
Yep.
I am the guy doing the editing. I'm on
You're
the
the
back
editing?
end here.
You're the guy.
I read everything and I go, hey, there might be a little error here. They think it's a computer.
you're.
And I'm a busy guy. Try
you're-
using it right now. You can't. I'm busy.
Cam, I didn't. Are you screen name Sexy Lexicon?
Sexy lexicon. That's me.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that was your screen name. Always contributing up there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm jack of all trades and master of them all, baby. They call me omnipotent.
Because
I don't know. That's what they call me. It's what they called me in high school.
that's just what they. It's just
someone
what
on the
they call
baseball
you.
field yesterday. I was playing softball, and then he was like, "Oh, you're gonna suck everything up out here." And I said, "Yeah, they used to call me the Dyson in high school." And they said, "Oh, is that for a different reason?" I'm like, "I fucking walked into that one. God damn it."
Yeah, you walked into that. You walked in right into. I feel he was baiting you too, just like tell me how much you're gonna suck, just so I can fire back at you.
Yeah, and I play a fucking garbage game too. But we'll
Oh,
play
yeah?
that for. We'll figure that. We'll talk about that after.
We'll talk live coming up next. You're gonna hear Cam's account of his game last night. We were looking forward to it. Cam, as I just mentioned, fans of the show will be hearing you and your softball night. I just want to know before we get into it, are you excited to tell the fans this story?
No, I'm not excited at all. I played absolutely terribly. I don't even want to talk about it. It was an embarrassment to my goddamn league.
Okay. And with that, thanks for that, Cam. So folks at home, I just want to say, as I just previously mentioned, we do have the account of Cam's softball game from the other night. Cam we asked him earlier if he was excited about it coming up, and he said he's not. He said he really does not want to talk about it, so it might be a little bit tough getting out of him. And without further ado, because we really cannot wait much longer, because we do have much more pressing matters to get to, and it will be talking to Cam about his softball game live next. I can't even believe this is happening. And just as Cam LeClaire comes in the studio, we did talk to him earlier. He did say he really wasn't looking forward to this, so it'll be a lot of fun to see what he has to say, Cam. And just as he sits down now, we've been talking about it all night. It really feels like the whole show has been leading up to this moment, this terrible game, this moment that we cannot talk about. Cam's sucking it up, if you will. Earlier on, he did say that he does not want to talk about it, but we have him here now. Cam, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on the show.
That's so nice to have you back on your own show. Now this is our sports segment, which we do usually get to. Yeah, now Cam, you play in a softball league.
Yeah, I play in a softball league. I play center left field. I play for the Yank D's. I say Yank, you say D's. Yank D's, Yank D's. Yeah.
It sounds fantastic on the Yank D's. I know you played left center field, just like you said. Now, Cam, you had the game the other night, which you've certainly had better games.
Had better games.
Now, Cam,
two errors.
2 errors, Cam. I'd love to hear just from a story from you got there, the atmosphere you were feeling, any ailments. Cam, we know that in the past you do have an injury history.
I do have an injury history, and it was not helping me this time. Partially sprained wrist. It's not 100% healed yet, but I want to get back in the field anyway. Just not playing well in the field, not seeing the balls like I should have been. Missed a short hop at one point. I'm not going to call that one error, but missed 2 fly balls. They went right over my head. Super disappointing. Made one good put out. Got walked once. Should have swung. Like, what the fuck am I doing walking? It's goddamn softball. And then batted okay. I think I brought in 2 runs. Got 2 runs myself. Overall, just, God damn it. Trade me or shoot me in the head and call me Susan. I'm not fucking worth it. I'm not worth the $6.2 million contract they pay me a year.
Of course, because as we know, this Kitchener Softball League has really taken the world by storm. One of the most expensive leagues, sort of players. And, you gave us a lot of information right there, Cam. But I think one question I think all the fans would like to know, especially a lot of fans that are close to you, close to the Kitchener community, the Yankees softball team in general, is softball the one where you throw underhand or overhand?
Yeah, it's the one where you lob it in there.
Okay, yeah. It's just lobbed in there.
Lobbing it in there. They got to hit a board. They got to keep it 6 feet in the air. And then you just take hacks at it.
You're using the comically large ball that doesn't fit in anybody's hand.
Basically a beach ball.
What is the point
a small beach
of this ball?
Just so you can hit it far.
They make it in the craziest colors.
I took a swing and I fucking missed the ball yesterday at one point. I want to bury my head in the goddamn sand. How do you miss that thing? It's a balloon. because I was so angry because I just had an error, and I just took the largest swing. And my team's like, "Hey, some butterflies out there, Cam," and I'm like, I don't know why I play this goddamn sport.
Did you take
And then
a swing?
I got a good hit after that, but
Did you take a swing that was so big that like your upper body kept spinning, but your lower body
he
kind
hadn't
of
thrown the ball yet.
Stayed. He hadn't even thrown the ball yet.
Just he faked it, and back goes flying to the stands. Takes out 2 kids. They're in the hospital.
2 kids, yeah, because it was kids' night at the
kids'
softball
night,
game.
bobblehead night. It was my
only.
bobblehead,
Every
too.
kid who comes gets a Cam LeClaire bobblehead. No parents allowed. It was sort of meant to be like a chips and pop and pizza party.
Chippendales.
It was sponsored by Chippendales, but I'm glad that Chippendales held, it's kind of stayed a little bit low key for these young children that you had at the game.
Yeah. I think we'll put on a better show for them next week, kids. Don't worry. The sponsored by Chippendales. Chippendales, the only place that teases you more than it gives you, other than Two Cees in a pod.
Other than 2 Cees in a pod, we just want to thank Chippendales for having me on the show. We can't wait for next week's softball game. Of course, it was kids' night. It is now tween night. So if you're a tween, you get in free. No parents again. No parents allowed.
What,
I'm going to
12
say
to 16.
No, because as soon as you're 13, you're a teenager. Tween is
So you think it's 9 to 13?
No, I'm going to say it's like 10, 11, 12 maybe.
Okay.
If not just 11, 12. Because 10, 11, 12, because 10, like, you're 2 digits, so, like, you're not a kid anymore. Yeah, you're taking sex ed in school. Exactly.
Some places.
Look at Simple Plan. They were writing that song when they were 7 years old. They were singing about truth. Like, I'm just a kid. And I have a lot of nightmares.
I started up at 7 and I waited till 11 just to see that my dad went out for cigarettes.
Yeah, and guess what? His dad never came back for cigarettes.
No, most dads don't. Yeah. There's no dads that have ever gone out for cigarettes that have ever come back. It's a fact.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think any time that my dad's gone out for cigarettes, he's gone out for cigarettes and something else. So he's, I'm going out for dinner with my other family and cigarettes, and he always comes back because he was going out and then returning.
Maybe your dad did. I've had a lot of dads leave. I get a new one each week.
Yeah, because
the bureau keeps sending them.
Well, and that's the thing, even if you go buy 2 packs of smokes and that's a week pushing it, these men need more cigarettes, so they have to leave, and unfortunately, they can't come back. You can't come back once you go out for smokes.
Maybe there's a problem with the convenience store.
What?
Imagine that.
What's the
He's
problem?
Just killing them.
Oh,
He's
like your local T&B variety.
It's like, my dad didn't show up. It's like, hey, sorry, bud.
Is that
but
what
then
they
it's like,
say?
actually, look in the freezer, right?
We
need to pitch this to Spielberg.
A bunch of severed heads in there. A bunch of severed heads.
Guy keeps getting dads. Keeps going out for cigarettes. They keep disappearing.
The convenience store is in it with the tobacco companies.
Big tobacco.
To lessen the numbers of people dying from cigarette related problems.
There's something here. We're getting the wheels turning here.
These wheels are these wheels are turning, Cam. You and I have not had a movie review episode since the illustrious Con Air. Of course, folks at home could go back and listen to the Con Air episode. We also have a Batman episode somewhere back there too. We need a new movie. Maybe the new movie for us to review is just one that we fully produce ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
And by reviewing, we're sort of showing to like a small test group.
I think it's a what do you call it when there's like director's cut and they talk you through it? They're like, yeah, this is the scene where like 10 minutes ago I was going to blowjob from the main co-star.
Commentary.
Like shit like that.
You're thinking DVD commentary? Yeah. Of course, yeah, because I don't think a lot of fans would want to know exactly what we were doing while we were filming specific scenes.
Yeah. But it's actually going to be like a 6-minute short film.
Yeah, very, very, very quick.
Very short. We don't like dragging things on. As you know, make a movie 2.5 hours. What do we do, Cam?
We could make a sequel to a movie that's already there, and then we just make the sequel to it. We're doing Back to the Future Part 4.
What if it's Back to the Past?
You mean like Back to the Future 4 : Back to the Past?
Fuck. Okay, let's try something else.
But you know what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying
there's
right
something there.
right?
I think there's something there. What if we did
Lethal Weapon 6?
I feel like that may be overdone. Well, why don't we do Jaws 2? No, already done.
Oh, there's like 4 Jawses. But Cam, we're
on the right. Okay,
we're on the right path.
Sharknado.
That mayor is not. That mayor just keeps on opening the beach. Every single Jaws film, the mayor insists the beach remains open. It's why what a hairless
won't have
mayor.
any of it.
And he's in the first 2, I think.
That's actually a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the coronavirus.
the mayor of the little
He's
town
like,
from
we're keeping
Jaws.
the beaches open. I don't care if there's a shark out there. This is our busiest season.
Yeah,
and it's like everyone's gonna die.
Don't be the mayor from Jaws. Stay inside.
Yeah, that presidential election coming up. They're like, we're trying to get rid of all the mayors who are acting like the mayors in Jaws. That's what we're trying to do here.
That's a good.
And that's where I'd like to announce my candidacy for the United States President of America.
This is exciting. We are in the midst of the Democratic National Convention, of course. Cam receiving, you putting in ballots to receive the nomination.
Getting the nom.
Unfortunately, it really seems like it hasn't gotten much traction because I don't hear any of the celebs talking about it. The celebs are telling me what's going on right now, and I haven't really heard Cam LeClaire's name being thrown around.
They call that politics, baby.
Interesting. It's you're a behind-the-scenes type of thing.
I'm all over the scenes. I'm above the scenes, below the scenes, in between the scenes, and in between. You heard it here for her.
See, Cam, if you can't think of something to say right there, how are you gonna wow them in the debate?
Yeah,
see, it's gonna be tough because they're gonna need that third podium up there. I mean, they're already, we're already fighting an uphill battle on this one.
I'm resigning. I'm out.
You may need to resign at this type of level, but Cam, I think, being the mayor of the little town from Jaws is right up your alley. Something small town. You're a yes man, and the mayor.
I'm a yes man, and then I don't deliver on promises,
and that's what a good mayor
does.
And I think a good mayor doesn't give a fuck about
like,
anything. About
we need
money.
Clean water, and you're like, have you tried bottled water, you dummies?
Come on, it's only $3 at the grocery store. Duh.
He's like, there's a food shortage in our town. I'm like, go hunt. There's plenty of woods. Like, what are you thinking?
I know, it's a fishing
solver.
town. You think some of these problems don't happen? They could just fish their way out, or
is that supposed to be New Jersey?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think they have accents. There's this guy that I work with who's in New York, but he has a Jersey accent. And it's the first Jersey person I've ever heard with an accent, and it made me laugh pretty good. I'm like, it's funny. And it's talk a little bit different than us. Oh, I got a funny one to tell you. I was on the phone the other day with this lady from Boston, and she just has the thickest accent ever. She's like, "Yeah, we got this doctor coming down," and just doing Boston shit. And then my boss gets on the phone, and he has a British accent. And then she picks up the phone. She goes, "You don't sound the same. You have an accent." And I'm like, "We all have accents, because I'm like, mostly not me. I obviously don't have an accent. She has a thick Boston accent." And then she's like, "No, Cameron doesn't have an accent, but you'll have an accent." I'm like, "Sure, let's roll with that. He's the problem here."
You have an accent. Everybody had an accent. That's what's so fun about that particular phone call. Everybody had their own thing.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at. I'm like, we all do have accents. If you ask a Swedish person to talk to me, they go, "You sound funny," and I'd go, "You're beautiful."
You're genetically inferior to me.
You're lesser human than I am.
Oh, I think I meant superior. Never mind. Yeah, Cam. I really do love that life lesson. You know, we're all the same but different.
In this together.
We're all in this together, Cam. How about wow, the show is really just reeling our way through here in this nice mid-afternoon post Toronto Raptors game podcast.
High energy levels today.
Of course. I mean, coming off of a big win, a lot of sun here. So let us tarry no further. It's time to play one more game, I think, today. So we're going to blast on through to Headliner Asinine.
Hey, headline,
Headline or asinine?
Cam, I'm going to throw this one in your favor. How about you tell the folks at home how the game is played?
This game is played with three headlines. Each headline is either determined by a headline or asinine. Headline being something that was published in the news, and asinine is something that is completely bogus and made up by either Cam or Cam. The game is played on switching basis as one person reads, the other person guesses. Afterwards, the same thing repeats. The winner is everybody because we all have fun. It's coming off the first headline, Lightning strikes twice as South African couple now both attacked by sharks.
Ooh, those odds are wild. Because there's an odd to everything, right? So I guess the question here is not for me to imagine a situation in which this happens. It's could the numbers really be so? Because of course, I'm sure there's there's shark attacks every year, right? And I guess maybe
you gotta close the beaches. They don't get it.
And the mayor in South Africa is not closing the beaches. He's never seen.
It's the busiest time.
He's never seen Jaws 1, 2, 3, or 4. So
it's not a South African movie.
No, it's not. Very Americanized. It's a very American problem. But I would wonder though if the odds of being attacked by a shark are. If you're from the same place, they're a couple, they live in the same home, presumably they go to the same beaches. So if there's sharks hanging around the beaches, maybe the odds are slightly more. Because it's not just random people around the world, it's two people doing kind of the exact same thing. God, so that sucks though. I hope neither of them died because we all saw what happened in Jaws. R.I.P. Didn't Richard Dreyfuss go in that one, I think? The guy with the headband. We're going to say that's a headline.
It's acidine, so they're actually both safe, which is good to know. And here's a fun fact for you.
Wait, what? It's asinine?
It's asinine. It's asinine.
Okay.
So they're both safe.
Oh, thank God.
It's not true.
Both the fictional people are safe.
Right. And the actual headline was oriented by Lightning strikes twice as Cape Breton couple win lottery twice. Now, we're not going to get into that, but I did want to let you know that lightning strikes are actually more common than shark attacks. So you're more likely to get struck by lightning than to get bitten by a shark, unless the beaches are open.
Well, I guess because more people are on land than by ocean.
I think it's just I don't think it's that common to get struck by lightning.
I mean, I haven't been in an ocean.
I just don't think sharks attacks that much. You just get one killer shark every now and then.
Well, exactly. And what do you got to do? You got to close the beaches. This is easy shit here.
Got to close the beaches.
This is so easy.
Yes, I wouldn't be too worried about shark attacks if the beaches are closed.
Thank God, Cam.
Give me a headline.
Thank God, Cam. Before we keep going with headline or asinine, I do want to say, folks, stay tuned because coming towards the end of the episode, we do have Cam's kind of his last fact of the show, and you're going to want to hear it because it is going to be a lot of fun. So be sure to stick around. Cam, are you ready for your second headline?
I'm ready for my second headline. First headline, actually.
Oh yeah, the first headline. Well, are you ready for do you want the second one or the first one?
I want the fourth.
Okay, the fourth headline. Man, imagine if we did 4. The show would go on forever. Cam, okay, headline or asinine. Wear a face mask during sex to reduce COVID risk.
Well, I think Tinder dating's getting a little bit weird right now. So, when they say wear a mask when you can't socially distance, I don't know if you heard, but there was a breakout at the Brass Rail. I don't know if everyone's wearing their mask, but I just don't think strippers look as good when they have a mask on. So, don't blame them. Now, do you wear it when you're having sex? I'm going to say, yeah, I think you take that precaution to get those beaches back open. I'm going to say headline.
Cam, that's a headline for you. You got it right. This is a study, or this is from a charity, I guess, like a sexual health charity in Britain, in the UK. So this charity did run, studies, whatever. They found that 84% of their test group abstained from having sex with people during Britain's lockdown. But of course, it's not realistic to avoid sex indefinitely. That's why, as the pandemic continues, we need to continue to find ways to balance our need for sex and intimacy and to limit the spread. So just by, going alongside and wearing your condom before you have sexual intercourse with someone, you may want to think about avoiding face-to-face contact, if possible, and wear a mask. So I think really what this article kind of translates to is just very little foreplay. Or you really got to kind of change. You may, and this, you may have to change your whole routine up. Men, women, you have you're sort of a certain way that you get things going, or you sort of, how you arrive to the party. May need to change it up.
I've heard that in like the Bible Belt states, sometimes what they'll do is they'll put a sheet in between two people and put a little hole in between it, and then it's just pure fun without looking at anything else.
So, what Cam,
just do that.
What Cam's suggesting here is a little bit of like a glory hole situation. If you are dating out there in the world on apps, people not in your social circle, maybe it would benefit to have some just a physical partition.
As the mayor of this small beach town, I'm going to put in 95% more glory holes to make sure our people are getting what they need.
Way more glory holes. Of course, the glory hole bit is going to hit huge with this beach crowd. They want to get it on. They don't have enough places to do it, and the local bathrooms could be the place to be.
I think so. Headliner asinine. Study confirms that painting eyes on cow butts help ward off predators.
Who confirmed it?
A study.
A study confirms painting eyes on cow butts deter predators. Well, I guess, my question is, how is eye spelled?
I like eyes, like your eyes.
So E-Y-E.
Yeah.
Having the word E-Y-E, eye.
No, but having eyes on your butt. Like if I painted eyes on your butt.
Oh, I was picturing, wow. I don't know why I was picturing that.
Okay, yeah. We're back on track here, folks.
Well, yeah, of course.
Sorry, we had some technical brain difficulties.
We had some technical brain difficulties here at 5:30 on 5:30 some standard time. Not going to tell you where.
Somewhere.
It's somewhere. I'll give you a hint. Not the one you're thinking, or the other one.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to find out what time zone we're in, Cam. I would see what you're saying, because it's kind of like, it put like, so I'm picturing large, comically sized googly eyes on these thick cow asses, and the tail is kind of making it look like a little bit of an elephant. I bet it looks hilarious, and the googlier the eyes, the more scary they are. If like the cow sways a little bit and the eyes sort of start to like move around all funny, and it would scare the shit out of somebody. If their eyes are that big, their eyes the size of a pizza pie. How big is the rest of the body going to be? That's a headline.
That's a headline, and to demonstrate the point, we all know the song, "You Got the Eyes of a Stranger." So yes, these cows do have the eyes of a stranger, and in Botswana, cows are now being more protected because lions and other large predators are no longer ripping them apart, because normally they stalk from behind, but now we're seeing these eyes of a stranger and being a little more cautious. So they don't know exactly what the best way to paint the eyes are on, but it does look pretty spooky. They're not putting googly eyes on there. Look at the pictures yourself. But pretty fun.
They may want to look into a googly eye option if we can somehow use some kind of skin-safe adhesive to keep, or maybe some kind of like a saddle which holds googly eyes on top. Could be a possible solution.
Love it. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Love to hear it.
Give me a headline, brother.
Okay, I'm ready for the second headline. Here we go. Subject of Amber Alert apologizes for yelling she was being kidnapped.
Subject of Amber Alert apologizes for yelled she's being kidnapped. Okay, this one I think I got some questions around this one. Because I think to make an Amber Alert go across to the whole area, you probably need a little bit of confirmation that person's gone. Now, but then again, I could see this happening where it's like, if you don't get in this car, we're going to drive right home. And it's like, but I want to stay here. And I don't want to go to grandma's. Like, you can't have any more ice cream. And it's like, but I don't want to go to grandma's. And then she's like, get in the car. And she's like, I'm being kidnapped. And then someone's like, oh my God. It's a kidnapping. And next thing you know, my phone goes off at fucking 4 a.m. and I just slam it against the wall. And old Cammy boy needs another phone. Headline.
Have you done that before?
No.
Oh, thank God. You'd be going through phones like a madman. Cam, it's a headline. You are right. This is a story actually coming out of Prince Edward Island. This was actually Prince Edward Island's very, very first Amber Alert that has ever gone through their system. Not that many people, not that many bad things happening. So this woman apologized by yelling out of a car window that she was being kidnapped. So what was happening was this woman was driving in a car, or driving a passenger in a car, and saw somebody on the other side of the intersection who she knew. Playfully, as a joke, this woman, they're not naming her, she's in her 30s, she yelled out the window, help, I'm being kidnapped. Now, a good Samaritan passerby thought she heard the voice of a 12-year-old girl yelling, I've been
it's
kidnapped.
a girl with a baby voice.
She contacts the authorities. This was the car. This was the license plate. This is where they were. It wasn't until approximately a couple hours later when they heard the Amber Alert. The woman who yelled was like, there's no way they're talking about me. Saw the photos that they posted of the car from the traffic light footage and was like, oh shit, that was me. And she had to call the police and say, big misunderstanding here. She apologized.
Misunderstanding.
She apologized. There was no intent for any sort of harm. A poor choice of words, and hopefully she can choose better words next time.
Good for her.
It's nice to know that it's nice to know that the Amber Alert system PEI works.
Yeah, they hadn't been using it for years, and it's actually just a girl named Amber that runs around and goes, "It's been a kidnapping."
Yeah, Amber alerts you. That was the way it used to be. This woman, all the local girls named Amber would run around with horns and bells and whistles and just yell at everybody what's happening.
Keep an eye out for a Honda Civic.
Exactly.
It's a Honda Civic. I think this is the plate number on it. It's A like Apple, and then it's a backwards 5. You mean
sometimes
S? Yeah, that's the one.
My S's are backwards sometimes. And because you can't say no to a kid, it's just so goddamn cute. So what actually happens is they have prior to this they had a 100% effectiveness rate. Everybody knows each other's fucking name because the place is like 10 minutes to drive across. This was a great story, and yeah, just watch out because I think this also presses and show that you never know who's listening.
Never know who's listening. Is anybody listening? Ooh, oh, heck, 1, 2, 2. Remember that song by Classified?
That was our third T-Pain song of the night.
Headliner last time: Missouri doctor loses license for amputating toe on porch.
Amputating a toe on a porch. God. One time I was changing a lure on a fishing rod. I was a kid. I couldn't have been like 10 years old. Changing a fishing lure sort of on the steps, the concrete steps towards the dock on the cottage, very close to the water. And I got the hook like wedged in my toe. Like right just to the side of the nail. Kind of between the nail and the sole of your foot. It got in there, and I was so young, and I didn't really know what was happening. So of course, I was trying to take it out myself. And then I'm like, oh shit! And then because of course, I'm a kid. I think I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
For doing this, you always think you're gonna get in trouble, and it was like I'm fucking heaving on this thing, blood's going everywhere, and that's when I finally started calling my dad. They took it out. It definitely hurt to shit, and I just they probably wedged it out with a thing. With a multi-tool. So I can certainly understand the need for immediate surgery. I've never been in a particular situation where, like my stepdad almost lost his thumb. If he didn't make it to the hospital in time, he like 100% would have lost it. That happened a couple years ago. Shit can go awry very quickly, and I picture in a small town, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You take some vodka, pour it on the wound, that cleans it out. You give them a towel and they bite on it. That's gonna, for the stress, and then you have a couple people just sort of clamp them down on the side, and then you perform your surgery. Cam, that's a headline.
That's a headline, and to give you the details here, he's helping a friend who was fearful of hospitals and had refused to go to one to have his gangrenous toe treated, putting his life in danger. So it's a 73-year-old man helping someone out. Now the surgery was completely successful, but the porch, which was his office, which doubled as a machine shed, lacked running water and restrooms. I'm going to say let the guy have his license. He's 73 years old. He's helping a friend out. He's doing it well.
And also that last detail about there being no running water on his porch, as if there should be running water on his porch. Yeah. They're like,
I'm more confused about the setup. Why is it a porch and a machine shed?
It's not the fact that he did the surgery on the porch. It's the fact that the porch wasn't clean. That's the problem we really have. You know what? I'm sure in the United States, there's a lot of people who, they can't afford the hospital. I mean, I don't even know what the hell that's like, right?
Oh God, I don't want to know.
Pick, just kind of going to the hospital and stuff like that, and how much it would cost you or whatever. But yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. But now these lost medical license, okay. That's fine. Keep doing your surgeries, bro. You've already lost your medical license. You're all good.
Yeah, brother.
Have we ever thought about this?
I don't know.
Cam, I have one more headline here for you. You ready for it?
Let's hear it, brother.
Okay, bruv. Here we go. Woman arrested for making fur coats out of neighborhood cats.
Woman arrested for making fur coats out of neighborhood cats. Oh, I hope not. This is one of those things you hear about. My question is, how much does one of those retail for?
That's a good point. I mean, fur will always be in. It'll always be in style. Fur will always be
in. Cat fur, it's hard to get consistent colors, especially with street cats.
Well,
now, how many did she make? A bunch of them? There's so many questions. And did she make them look nice? Because if it's popping and it has a nice like barn cat kind of thing for the collar, I'm about it. I'm about to drop 300 because I fucking hate cats. So I'm gonna say headline.
It's asinine. Cam made it up. You are right though. I mean, I don't know if a cat fur coat could be a luxury, but due to the laws that this goddamn country has about skinning cats, we'll never know. It could be a delicacy, it could be a clothing delicacy as far as we're concerned.
I don't know if it's called a delicacy. I think it's just called streetwear.
Okay, yeah. Oh, well, you are the fashion one there. But those were all 6 of our headlines.
Perfect. Well, I think we've gone over time. Kim Mitchell is literally pulling at his hair. He's got none left.
Kim Mitchell, that's why he's bald, because he pulls at his hair every single time because he knows that the more minutes that we take up in the studio, the less time he has to play his own music. Of course, you can reach out to us at twoceesinapod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, we're on YouTube. If you drop a comment, who knows? You may say something appropriate. The other guy was saying some funny stuff, but it was pretty rude. So don't say that. We're of course wherever we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Recently, as of recently. So give us a listen.
And never forget, folks, the reason cats have whiskers is to detect how small of holes they can go into. Tune in next week to find out more.
Take care, folks.
Continuing
Tonight on Two Cees in a Pod.
96.7 on your... Two Cees in a pod, 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 because we're two Cees in a pod, just like two Cees in a pod, two Cees in a pod at gmail.com.